Alright, so today we are going to be doing a 1-year Grom review and 3,500 miles in. I haven't really made any review videos on anything since I last made the Grom review video, so this is going to be an update. This is going to be a year later, something I've drove a lot. And yeah, I'm going to be telling you everything I like about it, everything I don't like about it, and I'm going to tell you if I ultimately regretted ever buying a Grom. I also think that YouTube does not like wheelie content, okay, at all. I think because most videos where we're not doing like mini wheelies are not even talking about it. They usually do pretty good. All right, and whenever I'm talking about it or I'm doing something with wheelies, bro, they just destroy the video, man. It's like they're trying to send my channel into the netherworld beyond no return. Alright, so first on the list, I want to talk about the Grom's durability and how it's held up over a year and 3,500 miles. And I'm probably going to have to knock on wood so maybe nothing bad happens. But all my life, any Honda that I've ever owned, has never gave up, never blew up, none of that. I've never had a Honda that's just stopped working, okay? I've never had a Honda have transmission issues, okay? And all this is in the power sport world. And so far that still holds true with the Grom, okay? I haven't had any durability issues whatsoever. Nothing with the brakes, nothing with the switches, nothing with the lights, nothing. In fact, the one and only time that I've ever been stranded on the Grom, which just happened the other day, is I had, my chain had popped off is what had happened. My chain had popped off, and you know, that's due in part to the fact, like, when you do wheelies, your chain's gonna stretch, all right? It's under a lot of tension, so that's to be expected. The chain was just loose and I didn't tighten it back up. Also want to add in there, and this should be common knowledge, that taking care of a bike can also, you know, lead to longer durability, and that's what I've done. I've never missed any maintenance on this thing whatsoever. I'm constantly putting lube. I'm constantly putting lube and stuff on things, you know, as simple as the clutch lever or the brake lever or the foot pegs. Yeah, the foot pegs. Yeah, those guys down there. I put lube on those guys too. Maintenance is important, and that can play a big factor in durability of your motorcycle, Grom, whatever you have, vehicles, doesn't matter. In fact, these are the same stock tires I've had, and from doing burnouts and wheelies and just stuff with this back tire, the back tire is still pretty alright. Alright, so I just want to go ahead and get into the next one, and my next one is going to be a negative, okay? This really only depends on where you live, okay? So I live out in the middle of the country, and it's beautiful, the country is great. But whenever you have a Grom, alright, and your nearest town is 15, 17, 20 miles away, driving to town to ride can become kind of a drag, okay? And I get it, you don't have to ride in town, alright, and stuff. But there's not many roads around here that don't have loose dogs on them, and you know, loose dogs and motorcycles just don't mix. And if I want to get to my next town, which is a bit bigger than my town that I live in, that one's like 30 miles away, and you know, that's just a far-ass ride. And long rides aren't the problem. The real problem here is the fact that the Grom can only basically go 65. And that's on a very good day. If there's a crosswind or a wind coming at me like there is now, then I'm definitely not going to get up to 60. And there's been a couple days where I was like genuinely pissed off, okay, that I just could not go any faster, all right? Which again, you know, it's not that big of a deal, but it does kind of get aggravating whenever the Grom is your only motorcycle, and at the moment the Grom is my only motorcycle. But I think for anyone that has a main motorcycle already, like a 600 or a 300 or a 400 or a 450, blah 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 blah, then the Grom is, you know, it's great because you don't have to get stuck going slow all the time, especially down highways and stuff like that matter. Yeah, so you have to watch out, because anybody who tells you that hitting 75 is just a normal day on a Grom is a liar, okay? They're just lying. Have I hit 75 before? Most definitely, but like on the normal, no, probably not. As you can see, here's my next favorite part about the Grom, is that you can take this son of a bitch anywhere. You can take it anywhere, okay? It's a big bike, it's not a heavy bike, you know what I mean? So if you're on a cruiser coming down here, you might start slipping and sliding and shit and all this mud and blah 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 blah. But on something like a Grom that only weighs, I believe, below 200 pounds, I might be mistaken on that though, you can ride this bitch down here like it's your old beater dirt bike, man. Oh, rocks. See, and boom, just like that, boom, no problem. See, bam, we're right down a random trail. It's pretty creepy too. You're not really limited to anywhere you can go. You can really go anywhere on the Grom. Like I said, boom, just down some random ass trail. The only place I would say you're limited is the highway, okay? But I mean, even then, I drive up and down this highway all the time. So, you know, as long as you're kind of getting out of the way for, you know, faster speeding cars, you'll be fine. Oh shit! Oh my god, that's kind of boggy, bro. Beep 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 beep. All right, so I mean, there's not many things that I can talk about that I haven't talked about in previous videos. So I'm gonna say this: the Grom is a great motorcycle. Okay, it's amazing. It's great. But do I regret buying the Grom? Absolutely not. It's been fun. I've had a lot of fun on this Grom. Have a lot of good memories on this Grom now, just 3,000 miles in. It's definitely given me some happy times, some happy good moments, some aggravating times, especially with speed sometimes. But, you know, like I said, it's not made for the highway anyway, so whatever. Yeah, anyway, to the first time buyers, just make sure it's something you truly want, all right? Whether you want to stunt it or whatever, just make sure. Just make sure it's something you want, or you will end up regretting it, and you will end up putting it on Facebook Marketplace. And the reason why I regret that decision, you know, and it may be partly my fault, is the fact that it was not even riding season yet, okay? It was January, maybe, I don't know, January 14th. Let's call it January 14th. But anyway, for one, my Grom was marked up over $1,000 over MSRP, okay? I know what you're saying. That is crazy as fuck. Why would you ever do that? And I don't know why. Yeah, and it's not even riding season, and it is far from it, in fact. And they have the price of my Grom marked up $1,000 over. The salesman has already kind of pitched me this false thing, and that's what salesmen do, right? You know. And if you see this, Mr. Salesman, hey, no hard feelings, man. You was just doing your job. But at the end of the day, you did fuck me. And that's just how I feel. You fucked me. Hard. Real hard. Alright, and just like any other old broke ass Joe like myself, I got it financed. Yes, Lord have mercy. You want to talk about getting fucked in the neck? That's exactly where it happened there too. So, I got the Grom financed, all right? 12% interest. 12%, okay? 12%. All right. So that would bring the total of this particular Grom to almost $7,000 fucking dollars. Fortunately enough, okay, whenever you're doing contracts like these or financing contracts like these, you can pay off the full amount and not have to have any interest, right? Which that was in mine. I don't know if that's for everyone else, but for me, I could just pay off the full amount and not have to worry about the interest. But either way it goes, always do your research, all right, on Groms. You know, I'm not sure what the 2024 model is. I'm not sure what the 2024 MSRP is, but try to find a decent deal, okay? All right, so for my used buying guide, because I've bought a couple of used motorbikes in my life, here's the big thing, okay, is that whenever you're going to look for a used Grom or used motorcycle in general, the things that I like to look for are stock motorcycles, okay? They don't have to be completely stock. If they have some cosmetic changes like mine, you know, mine has the grips changed. Mine has the tail tail tidy on the back. Mine's missing a mirror, not because I want. Mine's missing a mirror, not because it's missing a mirror. It's just because I took it off you know, I only wanted one. But to find something as stock as possible, because stock is just so much better. It means that someone hasn't been, you know, fucking with it. It means that someone hasn't been fucking with it. It means that, you know, the motor hasn't been gone through, the motor hasn't been touched. You know, it's the same as it was from the Honda factory, hopefully. Now, if you see some blue RSV leaking out from the cylinder head, don't buy it. Alright, so yeah, if you have any other questions, you can join the Discord. Link will be in the description below if you'd like to support the channel. We also have a Patreon that we just kind of started up. Anyway, thanks for watching this video, and I hope all of you have a great day.